Had to come after the fact and do this now cause the guy started the vid with done got hurt. Of course. I do not care though. The media don't want to show him love, so we gotta do it. Hope he do get well soon though. Anyways, every single day of an NBA season nowadays, you get a reminder of the level of talent that's present in the league. Everybody cold could see a super random 40 ball, but the top end talent is so deep that you can have a 6'10", 250-pound, 21-year-old give you the first, probably a mini, 50-piece of the year. Paolo Banchero is amazing. The first 21-year-old to go for 50 cents, the greatest of all time. And it's so fascinating to me that this is a former top recruit, college standout, and #1 pick that don't get no love from the media. Fool won Rookie of the Year too, ain't he? It's sad I even gotta sit down for a second and think about it cause it just happened last year. The man led his team to the offs last season and performed, even with his guys low-key leaving him out there to dry. You just think that a talent like him, a #1 pick, Rookie of the Year, that is still clearly trending upwards, would get way more love. It quite frankly don't make no sense to me, but hey. Speaking of young players, Ryan Dunn is absolutely about to ruin everything. His development in a matter of months is impressive, startling, and very worrying. Not for him though. Coming out of VA, Dunn's calling card was his defense, being one of the most enticing, engrossing defensive prospects we've seen in a while. The combo of athleticism and defense kept him as a lottery pick. Problem was he couldn't shoot. At all, actually. Routinely looking like a doofus at the free throw line, let alone the three-point line. People thought it was cool though, cause, there's still a slight place for a big, versatile defender that offensively really only offers something around the rim. Okay, turns out Phoenix may have ended up getting way more than they even were hoping for. 39% on 5 attempts is cool, period. You look at that and say, yeah, he can shoot a little bit. But considering that Ryan Dunn couldn't shoot just earlier in this calendar year, makes it crazy. He is so far, very, very early into his career, been a big positive for the Suns offensively whilst being on the floor. Crazy work. And this come while he still walked into the league and been all he was advertised to be defensively. Putting folks in the dungeon. Going back-to-back nights seeing good reps against LeBron James and Luka Doncic, as well as showing plenty in help side positions too. He appears to be a perfect player for a team with a 3-headed attack Phoenix has. Bravo, you may have found you another Mikal Bridges. Again though, this man will indubitably ruin drafting for the foreseeable future. We could be bearing witness to what is outlier kind of development, in unreal time at that. This is the type of stuff you hope to see over the course of like 2 to 4 years, not in a few months. Players with the physical profile and defensive abilities of Ryan Dunn are going to now be overdrafted by teams hoping they can replicate something that Phoenix ain't even mean to do themselves. Tragic. Quickly, Jason Tatum and Anthony Edwards have come out the gate firing from 3. Tatum's at 34% on 11 attempts. Has had some good shooting nights and some bad ones. And while I would love to see the burner come back, he only through 7 games is shooting the most threes he ever has at his lowest percentage. So on them nights he hitting, he is one of the best players to ever touch a basketball. But double-digit attempts is nuts, bro. Dude still think he's Steph Curry. Speaking of Steph Curry, this nigga Anthony Edwards is dead putting up Steph Curry numbers from 3. 43% on 12 attempts is ridiculous. Now, will he sustain it? No way. The volume is slightly concerning because I don't think he'll be able to keep it up. I understand that cat is gone, and this young man is a very good shooter, and somebody's got to take those shots. I get it. It's just like, good Lord. But hey, they falling for right now, so let's just praise him for it. Because we know Ant, he ain't taking no easy shots. He's an off-the-dribble flamethrower through and through. He is really the only guy right now that they have that's a consistent threat doing that. Dante's got a little bit of it. Julius at times can do it. And hopefully one day they'll be able to add Rob to that list, but Ant is the guy. Would love to see him get more looks off the catches I've mentioned in the past, but it's pretty unlikely. The last big thing I want to speak on. The Bucks and the Nuggets suck. Specifically the Bucks, who I almost made a little something about before the season started because I thought they might have been a little underrated. Glad I ain't do that though, I'd be getting crucified. I like what they got on paper, but I forgot. Mainly one thing, Doc Rivers is their coach. One of, if not the most overrated coach of my lifetime in any sport. Dude stinks. And to make matters worse, he now got Darvin Ham beside him. The blind really leading the blind in Milwaukee. But the actual on-court product sucks too. Dame barely seems like he enjoys life anymore. He and Giannis genuinely have no chemistry, which is obviously concerning, but also very confusing. Just a little over a year ago, the world was salivating over this duo because, in theory, it seemed to be perfect. One excelling where the other one lacks. But no. Offensively, there is no real plan for the Bucks. There's too much ISO going on, which of course you're gonna have some of that when we talking about two players of this caliber. But there just be a lot of standing around and looking. It don't even need to be that complicated, bro. I was thinking the spamming of a Dame Giannis pick and roll was incoming, but nah, they hardly even do it. When they do, of course it works, but it don't happen nearly enough. Them two just don't seem that comfortable running it. Dame act like he can't be a passer, or rather, don't know when to look for his own or pass when coming off screens. Giannis don't want to set the screens all of a sudden. I don't know, bro. And I'm just talking about the chemistry between them two. I ain't mentioned they putrid three-point shooting, the fact that they barely pass the ball but still turn it over a lot, the terrible defense. This team sucks, but this is what Giannis wanted. He made his bed, now he gotta lay in it. The empire in Denver has also quickly fallen. I'm happy for them that they got day one because they really serve as a great example of how fast life can come at you. After winning, it started with losing the smaller, more low-key, but important pieces. Bruce Brown and Uncle Jeff Green were pivotal to their success, and what they provided them in the off specifically isn't as easy to replace as a lot of people would like to think. But even still, they had what was one of the most solid and perfectly built starting fives I've ever seen. Came up short last year, obviously. Folded pretty bad, really, and it just got swept under the rug, but whatever. Everything changed when KCP left. Boy, that is a massive blow. And if you ain't think so, we getting to see it already. Chris Brown, Peyton Watson, Julian Strawther are all fine young players, but they still ain't ready, as of today, to give Denver what it is that they need. Jokic been hooping, but I am now officially concerned about Jamal Murray. A step may have been lost. Same time though, he's never really been a regular season player like that. Michael Porter Jr. already knowing that it's over. And Russell Westbrook, Jesus Christ. The fit absolutely sucks. This right here go for both of these teams, honestly. More so Denver though, since they chip was more recent. But like I said, I'm happy them boys got they one, cause the West caught up to them about overnight. The Thunder took a leap. Minnesota ascended. Dallas, specifically after the trade deadline, actually became what folks were scared of when they first had acquired Kyrie. It's hard to stay on top in these pro sports, and this is a great example. But to close on a more positive note, the Cleveland Cavaliers are literally undefeated and don't nobody care. They've been looking quite good. The defense is still stifling. Donovan Mitchell doing what he do. My boy Darius Garland has had his moments, praying for a bounce back year. And we may be about to finally see the true breakout from Wilt Garnett. Giving Cleveland this little baby section at the end of the video might be disrespectful, but hey, hope y'all enjoyed this one right here. I ain't gonna lie, this season been lit. It's early on into it, and me personally, I don't know, I actually kind of miss NBA basketball over the summer, so I'm happy that we here. Like I said, hope y'all enjoyed though. If you did, leave me a little like. Drop any kind of thoughts you got in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Tap in my social medias too. I had them linked in the description and all that. And I'm gonna see y'all real soon in the next one.